Today is Tuesday, and on Friday I'm flying to Kiev, Ukraine. I will have a talk at the RubyC conference. It will be my talk is scheduled as the first talk on Saturday. I'm not sure, it might mean that I can call it a keynote. It's the opening talk, and I'm working on this week is mostly working on the talk because I do talks very rarely now, and when I do them, I really want them to be like the best possible. So I want to do less of them, but make them more perfect. And I'm using the techniques from the book I showed you yesterday, the Resonate book. And I'm mapping out, like, I'm good at generating ideas. So I'm generating as many ideas as possible. Then I'm trying the talk, in front of camera or just even without a camera, just to feel what it's like with this narration. And then I go back to the wall and try to map out the ideas again and see how we can improve them. So let me show you what's there already. Current iteration looks like that. This is just the big points. And here's a narration where I start about thing and I lead to a moment where there is the sad phase, because it's important in the talk that you control the emotions. And I show some progress, and then I go to some moment, and then again a sad phase and the stagnation and big emotional words, and then I want to show certain new concepts, and a happy face, and then I want to end with some sad face again. So this is like only a part of the emotional narration, and it was already rescheduled at least 3 times. So this is like how the process looks like on my way of producing talks. And the important thing here is that I'm not creating any slides yet. So I'm already working on this talk for like almost 2 weeks, and not a single talk was created, not a single slide was created yet, because without the narration and without the most important moments being captured as an idea, as a message, there's no point for me to work on the slides. And the slides is just a serialization of this. So slides, many public speakers say it's like 10% of the whole preparation, maybe even less. So I don't want to make really bad slides, but if my narration is good, if I have the good flow of the talk, if I have a good structure and I have a good message here, and I have a good inspiration in there and some good entertainment and some good education, and the slides are just in the background. People should focus more on me. Slides are just a tool in the background. People who know me, they know that I'm a big advocate of remote work and async work, and I'm trying to be very precise about the difference between them. So for example, I work remotely, but I also work asynchronously. If I worked only remotely without the possibility of working async, which means my choice of time, then I wouldn't be able to do, for example, what I'm planning to do now or what I'm doing every day. Like at any moment I can jump on the bike and I can have a ride on the bike. At any moment I can go to the car and have a ride to the nearest city and do whatever I do. I will have my haircut in 20 minutes from now. So this is my choice. This was my plan. And if it's only remote work, but you're still required to work between 9 or 5 or whatever time, then you have less freedom to do so. But if the work is truly async, it's always up to you what you're doing and how you choose to schedule your time. I work in multiple working sessions during a day. That's my choice, that's my freedom, and then I'm able to choose whatever I want to do in the breaks. And how long the break is up to me. I need to get the work done. I need to spend a certain amount of time on my work, but it's up to me when it's going to happen. And this is async work. And async work can be possible without the remote work. So even in your current work, if you're kind of required to come to the office, you can still try to reorganize the work, and it's actually not that difficult to be more async. So you can still work somewhere in the office, but you can choose the working sessions, for example, and switch from the thinking about one block of time to working sessions if that's something that you like, because it might be that that's not something that you prefer to do. So, but in async, it's up to you. Even if you don't want to work multiple sessions a day, as I do, you probably would like to have the freedom to choose the exception one day or 2 days a week, and have 1 day a week being a little bit splitted without asking the manager every time for the permission. With truly async work, you can do it on your own. So going back to the async and remote difference and overall the skills required to organize the work in a company, I keep wondering what are the current problems in adopting those things. And I think the first part of the problem is that it's not necessarily that organizations want to switch to be more async and remote. Then the managers in the organization, they might not be interested in that. And then the employees, many of the employees are not interested in the switch. So this is like one part of the problem. Sometimes they are aware what it means to be async and remote. Sometimes it's based more on emotions that, oh, I really need the office or something like that. But let's assume now in the later phase that the organization is interested in this, and the people involved are also interested in switching to async remote. And I wonder, like, what kind of problems are existing right now that prevent them from doing more into this direction. I know that the hybrid model is quite popular in certain companies. So overall, you go to the office, but you can choose certain days when you work from home. So it's called home office. And I think it's like a good overall direction. I just wonder, like, how much of that is because, how much of this part that is still required to be in the office most of the days, how much of that is based on the actual will of the people involved, or only because the managers or the owners of the company, they prefer it this way? And if so, why do they prefer it this way? Do we have a trust issue here, or do we have a productivity issue here? That's what I'm like, or the communication issue. Actually, I believe the communication is usually better in a well-organized remote async company than an office-based company. But I can understand certain like biases or certain myths around the current problems. So if you know of any like current problems why are companies or people not switching to this, let me know. I would be interested in hearing some details about that. And I'm interested in addressing those problems in some ways. So we already have a book called Async Remote, where we describe the way Arkansas works. You can Google for Async Remote book if you're interested. But probably there is more that we can do to educate the market. So I would like to do it. Thanks for watching today. I think I will have vlogs every day this week, so stay tuned and see you tomorrow.